We definitely want to make sure he gets a nice meal in him so he can continue to grow and become a beast of a king cobra. Because one day, he could potentially be 17, 18 feet long, making him the longest venomous reptile on the planet. And now we're going to have to deal with Justina, the female Indonesian king cobra. Her enclosure is dirty, so we have to give her a cleaning. Beautiful Justina, the female Indonesian king cobra. She is a beast of a snake. I'm keeping my eye on her every second while handling, because one wrong movement and you have this snake flying at you in defense. Forest cobras are a bad bite. And look at that tail. They have a special modified scale like a spike, so when something grabs them on their last third, they can start stabbing it with that little spike, get it distracted, and this snake has the opportunity to get away. Come on, Jack. Come on. Come on. Oh, nice try, nice try. Oh, perfect. Hello, welcome to my episode. I'm gonna sing to you. I am just a fool on the internet trying to get you invested in reptiles because reptiles are cool. And if you don't like reptiles, you're a fool. That needs an education by watching Chandler's Wildlife or Chandler's X Wildlife. You know it's not that educational. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my wildlife. Welcome to my serpentarium. I'm hanging out with my beautiful king cobras. And you know what's happening today? Do you know what's happening today? Kevin's hungry. So the last time we offered food to Kevin, if you guys don't know who Kevin is a 14, 15 foot long Malaysian male king cobra. He likes to eat other snakes. Their scientific name translates to snake eater, and also I believe elf in the trees because they are boreal. Strange, but interesting. So this snake loves to eat other snakes. We feed him frozen thawed Burmese pythons that are removed from the Florida Everglades because in South Florida, we have a huge problem with invasive reptiles. One of the biggest problems are pythons. We had Burmese pythons that were actually caught out in the Everglades. They get put down humanely, and then they get frozen for about a month or two to kill off parasites. And what happened was a long time ago, back when you didn't need permits to own these large constrictor snakes because they do get 18 feet long plus. These snakes, there's no regulation, so a lot of people bred them, and they're super popular because you can have them like this, beautiful natural colors, or you can have that skin mutation albino, which is popping with yellow and white. And people loved having these snakes because if you raise them up in captivity, they're actually nice and gentle, and they can be very sweet. But a lot of people realize that this little snake can get gigantic really fast. Like in 8-10 years, it's a monster snake already that needs to eat small pigs and goats. And if you like small pigs and goats, you probably don't want to have a giant python that eats them, and you have to go buy dead, frozen goats and pigs every month. So you don't like doing that. You're going to probably end up doing something wrong, which is releasing them to the Everglades, which is part of the reason we have them out in the Everglades. But the biggest part is that there was a big breeding facility that was not set up to regulation like we have nowadays with all the permits with Florida Fish and Wildlife. So they had it in a building that wasn't secure. A big hurricane came through, and all these breeding Burmese pythons got thrown into the Everglades. So it's a combination of natural disaster with people not being prepared for storms and also irresponsible pet owners. That's why you have so many pythons out in the Everglades. I know some of you guys are thinking, these are awesome snakes, they make great pets. Why not try to rehome all the snakes? Well, the reality of it is, there are so many pythons out in the Everglades, you cannot rehome them. There are people who go out snake hunting and they'll find 8 to 12 pythons in one day. One day. If it's really cold outside, these pythons go out for warmth, so they go in the mornings, the python hunters are scouring the levees, and they might find even 15 snakes because they're all trying to get that heat from the sunlight, because you know, them being from Southeast Asia, they're not used to our cold snaps. So anyways, as much as I wish we could rehome these pythons, it's not going to happen. These are wild animals. When they're caught out of the Everglades, they're very aggressive, defensive really, and there's nothing we can do with them. Some people will use the skins and sell the skins and make a profit. Some people will use the meat. Me personally, I don't like the taste of snake meat. Too many bones, not good for me, and I also really love my reptiles. So great food for the king cobras. So whenever these guys, these python hunters capture these pythons, they don't know what to do with the pythons. They just have to throw them away. The body goes to waste. What a waste of meat. What a waste of a soul. So why not feed these animals off to the king cobras? So these captive king cobras are getting the best diet possible in captivity, because in the wild, they're going to be eating the Burmese pythons. They're going to be eating big rat snakes, big radiated rat snakes, red-tailed racers, and maybe even monitor lizards out in the wild of Southeast Asia, Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines. King cobras have such a wide range, which is why they're so cool. We have This girl, who's Indonesian with her olive coloration, Justina, named after my friend Justin who raised her. And then we've got Kevin, Malaysian king cobra, who's going almost through shed right now. Not completely through shed, but his colors are a bit dull, but he's a beautiful yellow when he's going through the breeding season. He's popping with testosterone. He's ready to go for the females. Anyways, he's looking at me. He's hungry. We're going to offer him this, looks to be like about 5-6 foot long python. Oh yeah, that's a 6 foot plus python right there because I'm about 5'11". This is going to be a good meal for him. Last time we offered him a meal, he didn't eat, but Justina didn't turn down that meal, so she went to the bathroom after eating. We got to clean up her enclosure, take her out after we offer Kevin a little bit of a meal. So let me get this unlocked. We're going to give Kevin the best meal of the month because, well, he hasn't eaten, so he's probably starving. Let's give him some food. What's really interesting is when these animals are observed in the wild by conservation groups like the King Cobra Conservancy, check them out, links down below, they've actually observed that the smaller the meal, the more frequently these snakes are going to eat. So if they're eating little vipers, they're going to have to eat like 30 vipers that month to feel sustained for that meal. Whereas if they eat something like a Burmese python, they're not going to eat anything else that month because they're going to be digesting that for about a week or two. Oh, he looks like he's really into it. So let's not tease him too much. Let me get this python ready. We got a snake hook right here to help me deliver that snake to him. There we go. So this is Kevin, beautiful king cobra. He's probably roughly about 8 to 10 years old right now. Actually, no, by now he's probably about 10 years old. And he's probably real hungry. I don't think he's eaten a single meal since we've moved to the new facility. Non-issue because he's a reptile, and reptiles can go months without food. But we definitely want to make sure he gets a nice meal in him so he can continue to grow and become a beast of a king cobra. Because one day, he could potentially be 17, 18 feet long, making him the longest venomous reptile on the planet. You gonna bite down? Come on. He's investigating. He's a very intelligent snake. He's taking his time. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to swallow this down. No problem. I know the last python may have been a little too intimidating. I'm gonna leave that right there. Leave this. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Show you that neck right there. Look, that's all for you. You can bite that if you want. Alright, so I'm going to close this up. We're going to let him realize it's ready to go and he can eat it. Make sure it's nice and locked and secure. Let's get that lock on there. Ooh, not secure. There we go. Locked and secure. Perfect. Kevin, you enjoy your meal. Okay, buddy. And now we're going to have to deal with Justina, the female Indonesian king cobra. Her enclosure is dirty, so we have to give her a cleaning. So what I'm going to do is take her out of this enclosure. We're going to put her into that snake holding receptacle right there. So we're going to clean the king cobra, clean the African forest cobra, and watch Kevin chow down on his new meal. So this is Justina. She is nothing like Kevin. She's a bit more defensive. She's very intelligent, like most women. Come here. Gotta use a snake hook at first. There we go. Oh. It's okay, I see you. She's hooded up, she's watching my every move. Just gonna twist her around real quick. There we go. Beautiful Justina, the female Indonesian king cobra. She is a beast of a snake. I'm keeping my eye on her every second while handling, because one wrong movement and you have the snake flying at you in defense. Not trying to kill you, just trying to defend its space. This snake wants to mind its own. It doesn't want anything to do with us. You hear that growl? Woo! The growl of the king cobra is so significant to the species. They are the only snake on the planet with a modified trachea, allowing them to growl at a predator to scare them off. So we're going to have to be real slow and methodical. It's okay. Oh, almost. All right, guys, we're going to gently put her into the can. It's okay. Nice and secure. Pretty smooth, I think, for the most part. Let's get this heavy snake box put on top just to make sure she doesn't pop out. Let's clean her enclosure. Kevin, on the other hand, he's just watching the whole incident. He's like, all right, I guess since there's a python in here, that means they're not messing with me today. So the glass is dirty. She Picasso the place. She sprayed it with her fecal matter. We gotta clean this up. Make sure that glass is nice and clean. Get her fresh water because we don't want her water bowl covered in poop like that. So let me get out the water, get some fresh water. We're gonna start cleaning this out. I'm gonna get the freshest H2O. You see my hand shaking? I'm gonna get the freshest H2O around, baby! All right, beautiful people, we're cleaning up this enclosure. I've got the ventilation fan on, so we're getting all that nasty ammonia stink out of here. That's the great part about this industrial fan. And we're just gonna get this ready to go. Got some fresh water, put Justina back. Kevin still seems to be a little uninterested. If he doesn't eat in this episode, it's no worries. We'll at least see the lace monitors eat because I got some shrimp defrost for them. My little babies, they love their prawns. Always comment below how much does it rub your roll when someone says shrimp on the barbie and it's prawns. Oh, the paper towels. And it's prawns on the barbie. All right, guys, we're good to go. We've got the glass nice and clean. Let's get this inside the track. Good to go. We got fresh water right over here. The finest of the H2O that I could possibly find. I'm telling you, I'm getting it shipped from the Himalayas. I am not going to tell you my connections, but I do have the best connection for water. I know some of you out there and different places can't get water like me. I know my friend Dingle Dinkelman gets the best water for his snakes from the Himalayas as well, Tyler or Nolan, but some people don't have access like I do. You don't get access like this in places like New England, you know? But anyways, let me put this water right here. There we go. Enough messing around. These are venomous snakes. Please put on your game face. Please, please. Okay, I will do. Okay. And let's do this. So we gotta move this box, get off the top real quick. Make sure this cage is ready to go for Justina. Just gonna close this side. While the rest of it's closed up, we can get Justina out. Nice and smooth, Justina. With one of the largest or the largest venom yields on the planet, you do not want to take a tag off a king cobra. Even though the king cobra is not the deadliest of the Elapidae family, it still holds one of the largest venom yields. So if you do get bit, you will go into toxicity overload, meaning there's so much venom throughout your body, it doesn't matter that it's not the most potent venom of the king cobras, it just has so much of the venom that your body cannot handle it, and your body dies from toxicity overload. I can imagine what your liver goes through when processing all of that toxins, all of those proteins. It is no joke getting tagged by a large venomous snake. There are people who've been bitten. Oh, she sees her shadow. It's okay, you're growling like a dragon. Stay nice and still, she'll move on. She just wants to be left alone. It's okay, baby. So there's actually been people who've been bitten and they literally die in 15 minutes. Bites like that, it's either you're allergic and you go into anaphylaxis and you swell up and you die from the allergic reaction, or it became intravenous, meaning it got through a vein or an artery, like our friend Ricky Mack in the Outback when he got bit by that taipan. It just takes one thing to go intravenous and travel faster, and that will put you in a coffin. But we can never forget how beautiful these animals are. King cobras, the largest venomous snakes on the planet, the smartest of all the snakes, and one of the only snakes, or the only snake, to actually build nests for its eggs like crocodiles and then protect the nest like a mother crocodile. That's what separates them from the rest. They're beautiful, we need them, and they manage all the other snake populations around them. So when you have a venomous reptile that eats other snakes like a king cobra, they manage all of the monocled cobras in the area, the Indian cobras, the Russell's vipers, all the other snakes that you might fear where you live. So it's always good to make sure you have a king protecting the kingdom. All right, so these two are good to go. I think what we're going to do now is just move on to the forest cobra. This forest cobra is deep in blue. It's going through shed. It's basically blind. It's already a very defensive, athletic snake that pulls right to you when you're hooking it. So we have to be careful. When it's blind, it's even a worse situation. So what I'm going to do is just try to get that snake straight into this holding receptacle. That looks a lot like a trash can, but it's not. And we're going to get the snake in there, secure it, clean up the enclosure, get that little Picasso painting cleaned up because this snake had quite the meal the other day. We're going to make sure she's nice and comfortable. And then afterwards, we're going to be feeding the lacies. Look how big the lacies are. Look at them. Look how big these lace monitors have gone. They're both going over like 3 feet long now. It is desperately time for an upgrade to get these guys into their own big walk-in enclosures, 2 separate giant enclosures. But I've got to wait to get all my permits cleared up with the county because I got to finish up the whole entire serpentarium and then I can start building outside. Because if I start building outside now, I don't want to hear any phone calls about my neighbors going, he's building without a permit, he's building without a permit. I'm going through all the loops I have to go through. I'm doing everything legally, so these guys will have to wait probably another 2 months or 3 months. And we'll be able to get everyone situated in the next 5 months. Big croc ponds, big serpentarium, giant arapaima and freshwater stingray tank, Amazonian setup. This whole serpentarium is going to be completely different from when you first saw it. I can't wait to show you the before and after. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. Come on, Root, stop distracting everyone. We never named the forest cobra, and I'm willing to name this snake if you guys comment below what should I name this beautiful snake. This is the true longest cobra on the planet because it's directly in the cobra family versus a king cobra being in a separate branch of Elapidae, all the front fixed fang snakes. So this is the true biggest cobra on the planet. Let me make sure I'm ready before we get into it. Comment below, what do you think we should name this beautiful snake? Right now, she's not as beautiful as she usually is, but she's still a gorgeous, glossy looking forest cobra. Let's get that out. Or move to the side. Move your body. Come on. Move, move, move. Move, move, move. Move your tail. There we go. Okay, here we go. There she is. The most beautiful cobra around. Hello. Look at that. Deep in blue, as you can see. So she's just blindly shooting around. If she feels anything touch her face in defense, she probably will chew down. And with a snake like this, they have extreme muscles around their skull, letting them chew and not let go of their prey items. So forest cobras are a bad bite. And look at that tail. They have a special modified scale like a spike. So when something grabs them on their last third, they can start stabbing it with that little spike, get it distracted, and this snake has the opportunity to get away. So let me actually pull this snake up a bit. Big old forest cobra. Oh, tried to bite the can just now. There we go. Nice and secure. Here. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's get this enclosure nice and clean. We've got a spray. We're going to spray the track because there's lots of fecal in there. We're going to get fresh water for this snake because that looks disgusting. There's a bunch of poop on the wall in the back. I'm going to hit it all with this chlorhexidine. I don't use pure chlorhexidine. I dilute it with water because it's pretty strong. And I think we're good. Let's get this glass cleaned up too. Spray some on the glass. And we should be good to go momentarily. I will see you after this cleaning montage. Alright guys, we're good to go. Freshwater clean enclosure. We cleaned up the glass, and now all we got to do is put that snake back where it belongs in its natural enclosure. So what we're going to do, move that out of the way real quick, and get out of the way. And then take this, put it over here, box over here. Now we're good to go. Let's get this forest cobra out, nice and smooth. No mistakes with this snake. Like I said, they have quite the bite. Besides that venom, just being a very muscular skull, able to put a punch on your body if they bite you. So we really want to go smooth. Look how beautiful that shiny snake is. Look at that. Oh, relax, relax. Checking everything out. A little suspect, but that's okay. Come on, back inside. Nice and easy. Perfect, perfect. All right, let me close that up. It's okay, look at her, she's all upset in the background. Perfect, nice and secure! All right, beautiful people. Let's leave all this stuff right here. We're gonna feed the lace monitors real quick. I've got some frozen thawed prawns, not shrimp, because these are Aussie lizards. We're gonna feed them some prawns. Come on. You ready, Lacey? You ready, Jack? Let's give them some shrimp. You ready? Shrimp. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on, come on. Oh, I dropped the shrimp. Come on. Here, I'll get you a piece of shrimp. You want some shrimp? Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. Come on, come on. Oh, nice try, nice try. Oh, perfect. Shrimp, great for these guys. You know, usually with monitor lizards, especially the ones that are found on the coastlines, they love to go throughout the beaches and the mangroves and find stuff brought in from the tides. Shrimp, crabs, fish. Even if a dead dugong or a sea turtle shows up, a monitor lizard will definitely come out to investigate if they smell that rotting meat. They're opportunistic, so dead or alive, these guys are willing to take down a nice fleshy meal. Ready? You want some more shrimp? Really good for them. Great protein, great calcium. Do not take it from each other. They love to steal from each other, especially Jack. He's a bit of a pig. There you go. No, be nice. There's plenty of shrimp. Jack, come on. Come on. Come on. Little jump. Good boy. Lacey, you want some? Look how beautiful that pattern is going along their throats. They're just beautiful lizards. And they come in so many little color combinations. Lacey, on my left, is just a normal looking lace monitor. Depending on what part of Eastern Australia they're found, there'll be different patterns, different stripes. Some are solid white with black stripes. Some are almost completely dark like Lacey. And then we got Jack, a Bell's phase lace monitor, which is a naturally occurring morph in eastern Australia. All along the east coast of Australia, you can find these lace monitors. And in certain areas, you can find these beautiful morphs, the Bell's phase, right? Want some more shrimp? Ooh, that's good, isn't it? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Give you one more piece. Good job. All right, beautiful people, that's going to be it for this episode. I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon for exclusive content not seen anywhere else. If you guys go on Patreon, you're supporting the big goal of this conservation facility, my dreams of this facility, this park. All these animals are going to get the best enclosures, the spaciest enclosures, and the best lives. So if you guys want to support this big dream of Chandler's Wild World, support us on Patreon, and it continues the show, lets us get better and better. And don't forget to get your Get Jacked merchandise. Don't you want to be monitored by a monitor lizard while getting jacked in the gym? Right, Jack? Let them know what's up. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, stay gangster. But passionate and enthusiastic and loving to everyone you meet, especially small dogs. I love dogs.